Hello and welcome back to the Insane Knitter's YouTube video channel. I'm the Insane Knitter and this is going to be a demonstration of, well, it's going to be a demonstration of a lot of things. This stitch that I'm going to show you, it has been requested. It was requested to show the raspberry stitch, but the raspberry stitch is called a lot of things. It's called the Trinity stitch, cluster stitch, the Bramble stitch. It's got a lot of different names. I mean, these four are just the common names for them, but it all means the same thing. It all means this stitch right here, and I hope you can really see that. See these little baubles that it made? This is also called incorrectly bauble stitch, but that's what it does. It makes these little baubles here in the different rows, and it's a nice little stitch for, you know, texture, for certain things, for, you know, makes pretty purses and such. You can do a lot with this stitch. This is what it looks like on the front. It makes these little baubles, and then on the back it just kind of, this is purl stitches mostly, and then it crosses over, so it makes a pretty little texture on the back too. But what the side you're really after is this side. These are the little clusters that people call, you know, raspberries or trinities and stuff like that. And the reason it's called Trinity is because what you're going to do is knit 3 times in the same stitch, and I'll show you how that's done. So to do this stitch you have to have multiples of 4. This only works if you have multiples of 4, and I'll show you why when we go across. So the first row, row number 1, you purl all the way across. Okay, so this is our row number 1, and you just purl away, you purl all the way across this row. So we'll do that really quickly. Now, multiples of 4, I've cast on 20, which is a multiple of 4. So, first thing you do is purl across that row. Whoops, it would help if I'd actually purl, wouldn't it? And this just sets you up to make that little bauble. And I know you're wondering why we're going to make the bauble on the other side. Well, that's because it starts boiling up on that other side. It kind of pushes its way through to what we call the right side of the fabric. So, and as you can see, it gets a little tough later on, because I've done a couple repeats here. The pattern calls, you know, to just repeat the rows 1 through 4, and I've done a couple here for demonstration purposes. But so when you do this stitch, it always looks like purls on the front side, but it's really not. Okay, so we're purling the first row. It's row number 1. We're going to purl that. There we go. And now we are on the back side of our knitting. And this is row 2. Row 2, this is the part where the Trinity comes in. We're going to knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, all in the same stitch, okay? And that's going to make 3 little stitches, but we're going to fix that. Okay, hey, we're going to have 20 here. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, and that's how many we want to have and keep. But by the time we get done with this row, we're going to add a whole bunch more stitches, but we should end up with 20. So let's see that. Let's try that and see if we get it done. Okay, so first one, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, all in the same stitch. Okay, so we're going to knit 1. This is the cool part here. Okay, you ready? And knit 1, but instead of pulling it off like normal, you just bring your working yarn back to the front, leave that stitch on the needle, and purl through it. Okay, there's your purl 1. Oops, guess it would help if, you know, I actually purled that. Hang on a second. Hang on. Okay, I got it. Okay, leave it on the needle, purl 1, and now don't pull it off, because we've still got a knit stitch left. So now you pull back and knit that one. Now we can pull it off. Yay, okay. There we go. Knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, all in the same stitch. And then we purl 3 together. So we move our yarn back to the front, pick up 1, pick up 2, pick up 3, and purl those. Purl 3 together. There we go. And pull those off the needle. Okay, see how that's making that little funny mess there? That's going to end up being your little bauble, your blackberry, your raspberry, whatever you want to call it, on the other side. That's what, that whole mess, it looks really kind of nuts now, but it'll look cool when you're done. Okay, now we have to do the same thing, because that's the whole pattern right there. Repeat this all the way across. That's what this little star means in most patterns, this little asterisk. When they have that at the beginning, or they have a piece of your pattern in between those, it means repeat this. Okay? So now we're back at the beginning. We're going to knit one, but don't pull that stitch off, because you're going to knit in the same stitch. So knit one, move your yarn, and purl in that stitch. Remember to hold it, leave it on the needle. There we go. Purling's a little bit difficult with this stitch. Come on. There we go. I got it. And then we're going to move the yarn back, and we're going to knit in that stitch. There we go. Knit. And now we can pull it off, because we did all 3 of our stitches, our Trinity. And then we're going to move the yarn back to the front so we can purl, because the next step is purl 3 together. That's our next step. So we got 1, 2, 3. Come on. Come on, 3. Ah! There we go. Come on, come on, come on. Ah! Now we purl those 3 together. There we go. And pull those off the needle. And again, it's making that mess there. But it'll look kind of cool when you're done. Okay, so move your yarn back, because we're going to knit again. So we got knit 1. Don't pull it off. Move your working yarn back around. Purl, same stitch. And then knit again, move your yarn back, and knit through that stitch. And pull it off. There we go. And now put the yarn back in the front, because we're going to purl 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. The third one's always a bit difficult. There we go. 3. Come on, come on. There we go. Gently, gently. Purl 3. Okay. Now we move our yarn back, because we're starting over. Starting our repeat over. Knit 1. Don't pull the stitch off. Move your yarn. Purl 1, same stitch. And then back over and knit again, same stitch. 1, 2, 3. That's the Trinity. And pull it off. Now we move our yarn back and purl 3 together. 1, 2, 3. Okay. There we go. Okay, move the yarn back. There's our mess. Knit 1. Move the yarn, purl 1, same stitch. Knit 1. Same stitch. Pull it off. See how we're making those 3 stitches? Now we're going to purl these last 3 together, because that's what it calls for. 1, 2, 3. Purl those together and pull it off the needle. Okay, so we just finished our second row in our raspberry stitch pattern. Now, remember, we should have 20 stitches. Even with all those increasing and all the mess we made and all that, we should still have 20 stitches, because every time we increased with the knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, we decreased with the purl 3 together. So let's see what we got. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, whoops, 21. Did I mess up somewhere? I bet you I did. I bet you that right there is not really a stitch. I think that's where I messed up. So we'll just pretend that one's not. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. There. Aha. I know it's kind of like cheating, but we'll figure it out here when we go back. Because this is row 3. Row 3 is purl. We're just going to purl all the way across, and that sets our stitches up for the next row. Okay? Let's see where our mistake is when we purl back. And there's our stitch that I was counting double. So I don't think that's supposed to be on there. I think that's supposed to not be on there. But you know what? We'll just pretend it is and pick up both of those. Come on, there we go. See, my yarn's plying and coming apart. That's why I'm not picking up as much. This is not the best yarn to be doing this with, but it's a good demonstration color, so that's what we have. Alright, now we should have 20 stitches again. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, yay for us. Alright, now we are on row 4, because we just did row 3. Purl all the way across. Row 4 starts. This is the cool thing, okay? If you notice, oh, on the other side. If you notice this pattern, it goes, there's a bobble here, and then a bobble over here, and a bobble over here. It kind of goes crisscross. So this side, you have to start with the purl 3 together, then go to knit 1, purl 1, knit 1. Okay? So we're going to start with that. So we're going to purl 3 together. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I've got 3 here, like that. We're going to purl those together. That's how we're going to start this row. All right, purl 3 together, and then we're going to knit 1, purl 1, knit 1. Okay, same stitch. Knit 1. Don't pull it off. Put your working yarn in the front so you can purl, and then don't pull it off, and then knit. Okay, there we go. And now you can pull it off because that's your Trinity. Okay, now we purl 3 together. 1, 2, 3, because that's our repeat. Come on, little third stitch. That third one is always kind of difficult in this. Plus, like I said, this isn't the best yarn to be doing this. This is a 100% acrylic yarn that I'm not fond of, but it works for demonstration. Or it would work for a demonstration. There we go. Come on. Purl 3 together. Or not. Come on. Ah, this is so not working. Okay, purl 3 together. There we go. Now we're back. Knit 1, purl 1, knit 1. Knit 1. Whoops. See what I did there? I just pulled that stitch off the needle, and that's not supposed to happen. So I just put it back on there. Knit 1. Now purl 1. And now knit 1. Yay! All right. Now we purl 3 together again. My favorite. That squeaking you hear is the acrylic yarn on these bamboo needles. Not a huge fan of 100% acrylic, but hey, it works. Knit 1. Don't pull it off like I did last time. Purl 1. Knit 1 in the same stitch. There we go, just like that. And now we purl 3 together. 1, 2, 3. Come on. And then we knit 1, purl 1, same stitch. Knit 1. Uh-oh, well, it kind of fell off, but we'll just put it back on there and pretend it didn't. Okay, and now we've got purl 3 together. Whoop, moving yarn. You can purl. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Like I said, this yarn is just not fun. Okay, and then we got 1 stitch left, and we end with knit 1 on the same stitch. Pull the yarn back, purl 1, and then knit 1. And it makes this little bobble pattern, as you can see. That's what it does. There's the Trinity stitch for you. Raspberry stitch. Yay!